Hello, welcome to Halloween Homesteader. My name is Taylor, and this is where Laura Ingalls meets Morticia Adams. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things, which is books. I have some spooky, autumnal Halloween books I'm going to recommend to you, and some that are on my to-be-read list that I haven't quite read yet, but I wanted to share with you so that way if you are interested or if you've read it, you can fully recommend it down in the comments below. So grab your cup of coffee, tea, or beverage of choice. Let's get cozy and chat about books. So anything by Agatha Christie, this is a great one to start. And then The Renun's a really great one. I have one I'm getting ready to read called The Halloween Party by Agatha Christie as well. So just a good murder mystery. Who doesn't love a murder mystery? And who doesn't love to get cozy with it? And like the blustery weather, it's rainy, you have your coffee, your hot chocolate, and a good mystery. And some of her books have been turned into movie adaptations, so you can always cozy up with one of her mystery movies as well. The next book I'm going to recommend is Ray Bradbury, The Halloween Tree. It's about a group of boys who go in search of their missing friend Pipkin whenever they go trick-or-treating on Halloween night, and they are on this journey with this mysterious figure called Mr. Moundshroud, I believe is how you pronounce it. Yeah, Moundshroud. What an interesting name, right? And they go on this journey together to find their friend, but along the way they are learning about the origins of Halloween. And it's a really good, fun, adventurous book to start with. Ray Bradbury writes very descriptive. He's a very descriptive writer. He writes in a lot of metaphors, things like that. I don't think I've ever read a book quite like this. And actually I finished another book by him recently called The October Country that was really good. That is a anthology kind of book that has many stories of like scary stories, Halloween stories. Several of them gathered up into one book called The October Country. It's really good because you can pick and choose the stories that you want to read. They're really quick and easy to read, fun to like cuddle up with and read during the autumn and fall season. So yeah, Ray Bradbury is new to me. Obviously he's been around for a really long time, his books, but I've recently just been introduced to him this year, and it's really been interesting. It's a very he's very good at like painting the scene of like what it feels like to have fall and autumn, and just very beautiful writing. New to me writing, very beautiful. So this one and The October Country by Ray Bradbury are really great as well. Gears a little bit. Whenever I think of fall and autumn and Halloween time, I think of mysteries, and like they're just really fun to read in the fall time. So who doesn't love a good old classic Nancy Drew? This is Nancy Drew #1, The Secret of the Old Clock. My girls love mysteries, and Nancy Drew is a really fun book for us to read together as mother and daughters. So Nancy Drew mysteries are also really fun, and also the Hardy Boys if you're interested in this. Well, we have the Hardy Boys, we've never read it yet, but these are really fun to read too. Next recommendation is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories by Washington Irving. Of course, it's such a classic, The Headless Horseman. I read The Legend last October for the first time, and it was so good. And I just love just the way that he writes in general. This copy has other books by him. It's got like Roscoe, Rip Van Winkle, this whole section of just other stories by him as well. But I recommend starting with The Legend of Sleepy Hollow because it's a short story. It's a very well-known story. I know that there is a Disney adaptation of the story as well with the voice of Bing Crosby, which is such a classic. I love Bing Crosby. Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories is a great little mini story to read during the autumn and fall season. This next book I can't recommend fully because I haven't read the entire book. I started it last fall and put it away because I had a lot of other books I was reading, but I do want to finish it this year. And this is called The Witch of Blackbird Pond. This is about Kit, who grows up on an island in Barbados. She has to leave the island and she comes to Connecticut and New England. This is during the Puritan time frame, which makes me think of like Salem witches and things. So I definitely want to finish this one this year. I actually got it because I was going to read it to my children last year, but they just weren't in the age range to really enjoy it, so we put it away, but I think we're going to give it a go again this year. So this is The Witch of Blackbird Pond by Elizabeth George Spear. The next book that I'm going to share is one that is a very few instances where I did like the movie more than the book, but without the book we wouldn't have the movie. So everybody has a different opinion, so take mine with a grain of salt because you may enjoy it, but I want to throw it out there. It's Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. This story, and the movie is so special. It has a very dear place in mine and my daughter's hearts. It's one of those movies that we bond over as mother and daughters and just love watching together, and the story is special, so you should definitely check out the book and see what you think, if you like the movie or the book better. But it's about Jillian and Sally and the Owens women and their witches, and just a story of sisterhood and what it means to be in a community of women. So Alice Hoffman, The Practical Magic Book. Last and final book that I'm going to share in this video is Alice Hoffman's Magic Lessons. This is the prequel to Practical Magic. I haven't finished this. I started it last year and I want to finish it this year. But this is about Maria Owens in the 1600s and the origin story of how the Owens women become witches and where the magic bloodline begins. I'm so excited to finally get to sit down and read this year. Actually, I may just go ahead and start it now. So this is my last and final recommendation for this video. This is just a small stack of amazing books that are out there that are fall, spooky, scary, autumnal, and I plan on doing many more of these videos because one of my favorite topics to talk about is books, and I want to share recommendations with each other. So make sure you leave down in the comments any book recommendations that you have that are fun to read during the autumn season, or really just any time of the year, because I like to read them all the time and I love all kinds of different books. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to stick around for some more spooky shenanigans, and I hope you guys have a magical day, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.